Hello, brass and woodwinds from the symphonic band. On we go to page 22. We're just going to do page 22 this week, not 22 and 23, because 23 is a little tough, and even though this is going to be a easy week with new scale and just the scale related exercises, it's not a bad idea to let's just take the time to review the concert D flat scale and let it be. Okay? So we'll take a brief break and get your instruments and music out. Page 22 in your book, we'll get after the concert D flat scale and its related exercises. So on the other side of this break, we'll begin the lesson, so stay tuned, we'll be right back. Okay, this isn't going to take long at all. This is only going to be 5 exercises and one of them split into A, B. We're just going to do page 22 this week because I'd rather not mix it with page 23. That deserves its own week. So it's mostly because of the next page that we're going to do just this morning. All right, 101 scale and arpeggio. We haven't done this scale yet this year, but you had to learn it last year as part of your symphonic band audition. So let's just go ahead and play it. Concert D flat. 3 flats for the clarinets, trumpets, and bass clarinet, tenor sax. 5 flats for the flutes and the low brass, and 2 flats for the alto and bari sax. Here, let's play it. Here we go. 101 scale and arpeggio. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. Number 102, exercise in thirds. Finger silently. 1, 2, listen, and. Clarinets, you're going to have to get your pencils out. Second measure, third note, put an L over that C because it's followed by an E flat. And you have to go C on the left and E flat on the right. In the third measure, same thing. The second note, you'll have to start with an E flat on the right, go to C on the left. So put an L over the second note in the third measure. They're both C's. Here we go, everybody ready? 102. 1, 2, ready, and. Arpeggio study. Trumpets, you have to go up to a high B flat here. Careful, don't blow your brains out. A lot of you are going to be going up high. Trombones, you could be going, I would need to look at the teacher's book, you might be going to the high A flat. If you have a choice in octaves, take the lower if you wish. Okay? Finger silently. 103, 2, ready, and. Again, brasses. Either take the low notes if you have the octave option, or just don't blow your brains out trying to get these high notes. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, ready, and. A. And you know the drill here. These are all familiar exercises. It's just the challenges in the 3 flats. Here we go. Finger silently. Line A. Ready? And. All right, with me. Watch those 16th notes. Do. Make sure they're exactly in proportion to the 8th notes. Twice as fast. Keep the In other words, don't rush the eighth notes and don't drag the 16th notes. Keep them the same proportion. 1, 2, ready, and. Line B, finger silently. Same thing as earlier, if you have a choice of octaves, take the lower, otherwise don't blow your brains up, get the high notes. Finger silently, ready, and. This is why we do our flexibility exercises. Here we go, ready, line B, 2, ready, and. Okay, we'll take a quick break and do one more exercise. We're almost done with this page. Stay tuned. Okay, number 105, chromatic scale. Real easy, bump, 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 eighth notes. Just chromatic scale, for the trumpets and clarinets, etc., E flat to E flat. But it varies D flat to D flat for the flutes and the low brass, and B flat actually, B flat for the alto and the baritone sax. Here we go, finger silently, listen, and. Okay, let's play it. 1, 2, ready, and. Page 22. Again, we're just going to do 22 because 23's got some exercises that I just like to deal with just by themselves. So we'll take a quick break and wrap up this lesson right after this brief break. All right, that's it. Page 22, over and done with. Not much to it, except a little bit of a tough scale. Just a couple of the things I want to point out. I've got the teacher's edition here. So first of all, again, in 102, clarinets, and that probably includes bass clarinets too. I'm just checking here. Yes. Measure 2, third note, clarinets, you need to write the letter L over the C. And that's U2 basses. Okay? And then measure 3, second note, same thing, the C, put an L over it. Both of those C's are C's on the left because they come off of E flats, which can only be played on the right. Remember, we don't alternate notes with the same pinky. Or, I'm sorry, we don't. Let me say it again. We don't play consecutive notes with the same pinky. Okay? Now in the arpeggio study, okay, all right, the only instrument I'm seeing here that is cued down is the baritone. So Addison, you're in luck there. This is according to my score in 103 arpeggio study. Everybody else plays high. Trumpets, okay, trumpets, trombones, again, please. Oh, actually, I'm reading this wrong here. Baritone and trombone also are cued down an octave. Trumpet in your part, it says baritone. Well, okay, it's the baritone treble clef. So it looks to me like the trombone and the baritone, Addison, and the trombones are cued down an octave, and the trumpets are not cued down an octave. So you four guys, sorry, B flat, first valve. But use your air. Don't blow your brains out, and do not use that pinky clip. Use your air. Push the ear through the horn. If the B flat won't speak, it might later. But if it doesn't speak this today or this week, just don't worry about it. Don't blow your brains out, okay? On 104B, again, I think it's the same as previous, where on those high B flats for the trumpets and A flats for the trombone and baritone, the trombone, baritone are cued down, but the trumpet is not. So again, trumpets, I'm sorry. Okay, we just have to, suck it in and just get those high notes, okay? All right, so anyway, now for this week, auditions in the first semester end Wednesday the 20th, so that's it. If you are still not auditioned, first of all, you've got to learn to meet deadlines, okay? If you're still out there and you haven't done your audition yet, now you had till Friday the 15th, so this is it. Wednesday, it's like a 5-day penalty off your seating order score and 10% off of your quarter grade, but after Wednesday, that's it. We cannot give you a grade for it. You'll have to sit last year in your section. Okay, but by hook or by crook, auditions will conclude this week. However, if when you hear this recording, if all are in, then ignore this. And thank you for turning it in on time. So we'll see how it goes. Okay? So, page 22 only this week. All right? Now we're pushing out some new projects this week now that the third quarter technically begins Monday for my grading purposes, even though the auditions will go through Wednesday. We're going to push out 2 new projects. Number 1, the scales and rudiments tests that normally are in the second quarter and now in the third quarter. You're going to do 5 scales this year, not 10, but it will be the 5 that you didn't do last year in concert band. If you were in symphonic last year, you did the 5. You did 10 last year. Then the second project, so we're going to start passing out the audition sheets to the 7th graders for symphonic band for next year. Okay, now of course you kids are already incumbents and the music shouldn't be that hard for you. All right, so have a great week. This is Mr. Pickett saying stay well, stay healthy, stay safe, but stay busy. Okay? We'll talk to you next week and have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.